plaintiffs Damon and Tanya Allen had bought a car for their daughter to drive while in school. They claim the daughter's friend, the defendant, drove it and crashed it. They are suing for $5,000. Defendant Tasheka Benson claims the plaintiff's daughter's friend made her the designated driver and insists the accident wasn't her fault, so she owes nothing.
You own the car?
Correct.
We did.
And it was in an accident, and you apparently were the driver.
So my wife and I purchased a car for my daughter back in July of 2020. It was a rare find for her.
What kind of car was it?
It was a 2009 Ford Focus. It was $12,760. They had low mileage. The mileage was around 31,000 miles at the time. It had awesome safety features.
Sure.
So we got a phone call around 1, 2 o'clock in the morning that there was an accident.
I object, Your Honor.
Well, I'm going to give you a chance. Okay.
So basically that night, or early that morning, our daughter called us to let us know that basically the defendant killed the car. So it was our understanding from...
Okay, so you got to call it, you're saying you got to call at 2 o'clock in the morning that there was an accident, but
Yes.
you didn't know anything about the details of it, whether your daughter was okay or?
We did, she did. She told us that she was fine, but she was not actually in the car.
Oh.
She, that night she was taking a nap. Her friends wanted to go out to dinner.
So she let her friends take the
So
car?
she let one of her
Okay.
friends drive the car.
Okay.
They were out to dinner.
Yep.
There was some drinking
Yep.
at the dinner that took place. And so towards the end of the dinner, they decided, okay, who's going to drive, because the person that originally drove the car.
I object. They were not there, Your Honor.
Okay.
According to the witness, instead of her slamming on the brake, she slammed on the gas.
I would like to say the witness
Yeah.
was the one who drove the car to my home
Yeah.
and came to get me and my other best friend.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I have my own car. Never asked to drive the car. The girlfriend has the car. Mind you, the girlfriend has no license driving their daughter's car.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go have dinner, and it's time to go. The girlfriend of their daughter
Yeah.
is asking me, can you please drive it? Can you please drive it? She's begging and pleading for me to drive the car, and I'm feeling bad. But it's irresponsible for everyone, on everybody's part, for their daughter to give someone a car with no license. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drive. Before I can even get out the parking lot all the way, the car in front of me slams on brakes at the yellow light. That happens, the police come. The daughter was not there, they were not there. This is such a third party situation. I never even seen these people before. Like,
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me. I really feel like they're money hungry. They're asking me for $5,000. Your Honor, I'm a college student. $5,000. They told you how much the car was worth. This is the first time since December that I've heard anything about any documents.
That's incorrect.
Show any
Incorrect.
documents.
And we also have the police report, Your Honor, that identifies Ms. Benson as being the driver and as being the one responsible for the accident. It was a rainy night, and she was distracted by looking at her GPS. So she chose to work with her GPS.
Okay.
While driving.
The gist of what I'm getting from you, you were put into a situation
Absolutely.
where all of a sudden it was never your intention to be driving. Whatever the reason was, you decided to be a good friend and drive the car. You were actually driving it when the accident occurred. There is that responsibility. I understand what you're saying. How did I get into the middle of this? I was just trying to do a friend a favor.
Can I add one other
Yeah,
thing?
go ahead.
I actually tried to work with
Right,
her. I gave her a call because we had spoken, and she did apologize for the accident, and I gave her 3 options. I said, I really don't want to go to court. So if you want to do a month-to-month to pay for the remaining balance, I'm fine with that. If you want to take out a loan to pay for what's remaining, I'm fine with that. If you want to go to court, then we can do that. She said, you know what? We'll just take our chances in court. It's a little ridiculous that we're even
I'm not
in this
sorry because it's
situation,
the other's
but
fault.
we are. And like the police report says, she was the one that was driving. She is the one that is being held responsible.
Did you have insurance for the car?
We did.
Yes.
We did. And the insurance paid out the $5,126, but there was still a remaining balance of $4,600, and we added the additional money for the amount of time that we've had to spend in trying to find her and preparing for court.
Okay. A lot of these decisions were being made by your daughter that night. There's so many parties involved before she, basically a stranger to you, got to drive the car. That part is hardly her fault. She was doing that. She wasn't saying, I want to drive the car because I need to drive the car.
Absolutely.
She was doing your daughter a favor.
There was an offer for Uber.
My daughter offered to
They
call her
offered to
send
call
an
her
Uber.
or Uber. And if you see that,
Okay.
and she decided and she made a decision,
Okay.
saying, you know what, I have not been drinking that much tonight.
All right.
I will take ownership. And also, she doesn't have auto insurance, any insurance.
So if you are doing someone a favor and you are not equipped to do it, you can say no.
Okay.
Your Honor.
That's interesting, and it could be right, but it's hearsay.
Your
Go
Honor,
ahead,
that's
yeah.
what I was going to say. I actually am in school, criminal justice major. Everything that is admissible because it is hearsay. And yes, I did drive the car. She did give me options, but the option wasn't, they was conflicting with me. She wasn't asking me, what do I think I can do?
The reality is, no one was evil here. You were asked to do it, you were given options, but you said, I can do it, and you did it, and you got into the accident. All this other stuff is interesting, but there was an accident, you were driving. I'm now interested in the value of the car. The Blue Book value of the 2009 Focus is as much as $3,025.
That can't be the case. Your Honor, we had bought
Exactly.
that. This accident was 4 months after the purchase.
Yeah, I'm not saying what you paid for it, I'm just saying what the Blue Book value is, and I'm giving you the high end, and you received already $5,000 from the insurance company. There's no perfect answer. Some of the decisions that were made, and she's not here, were made by your daughter. When I consider
Judge, we're just asking for the remaining balance. We would have had a vehicle.
Which is how much?
$4,637.
That's more than the book.
Okay, you may have wound up paying more for the car than its value was when you purchased it. That's not the issue. The issue here is you're entitled to win this suit because you got into an accident. That part is your responsibility. Why she wound up driving the car, frankly, I put that most on your daughter. Responsibilities, young people sometimes don't think about it, but before you hand someone an instrument that is worth thousands of dollars, they've got to know who's going to be driving it. That's a discussion you have to have with your daughter.
Absolutely.
I am going to give the judgment for you. You already had the $5,000 from the insurance. I'm going to give judgment for you based on the high trade-in value of $3,025.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
If I'm supposed to pay $3,000 and something, it should be split 3 ways. I didn't get the keys directly from the owner.
Don't let other people borrow your car, and especially someone that is not insured and that you don't know how good a driver they actually are.
Hey YouTube, thanks for watching. For more Judge Jerry, click here. For more Jerry Springer, click here.